Hey guys, today we'll be covering a 2014 romance film called The Other Woman. The movie opens up with a beautiful woman, Carly Whitten, and a handsome man, Mark King, enjoying their romantic time together after they meet each other on a blind date. With this, they continue dating for 8 weeks, and Carly seems extremely comfortable and happy with the relationship. Mark takes very good care of Carly, and he tries his best to keep her happy and satisfied. However, everything is not rainbows and butterflies for Carly, as we learn that Mark is already married to a girl named Kate. Kate is an extremely chatty girl who has no idea about Mark dating Carly behind her back. Meanwhile, Carly arrives at her workplace, a law firm, and tells her friend secretary Lydia about her ongoing relationship with Mark. Lydia is surprised that Carly is dating someone long-term and is serious about a relationship. Turns out that even Carly has no idea about Mark being married. Later, Carly meets with Mark and informs him that she has arranged for them to have drinks with her dad. However, Mark, who got a call from Kate some time ago, starts making excuses. He says that he has to rush back home as his bathroom is having some plumbing-related issues. Hearing this, Carly gets angry at Mark and asks him to stop the car. She then storms off to meet her father, Frank. Later, Carly discusses the matter with Frank and tells him that Mark returned home making excuses about failed plumbing at his house. Frank suggests Carly go to Mark's place and surprise him by showing up at his house as a sexy plumber. In the next scene, Carly can be seen arriving in front of Mark's house dressed as a seductive plumber. When she arrives at the door, Kate greets her and introduces herself as Mark's wife. Upon hearing this, Carly falls down the porch stairs and trips backwards, crashing into a massive urn, which she destroys. The next day, an enraged Carly arrives at her workplace and rips up the flowers that Mark has sent for her. When Lydia asks what's happened, Carly informs her that Mark is married and that she doesn't want to see him again. Surprisingly, Lydia suggests she continues the affair as it may add some spice to their relationship. Later, Carly gets a message about someone waiting for her in the lobby. When she reaches the waiting area, she sees Kate, who mentions that she got Carly's contact number from Mark's phone book. She then asks Carly about her relationship with Mark. Kate undergoes a nervous breakdown after learning that Carly has slept with Mark many times. Despite knowing that Mark cheated on her with Carly, Kate continues to stalk Carly at her apartment with her dog, Thunder, and tries to befriend her. At first, Carly refuses to let her enter her apartment, but when Kate mentions that she has no friends to talk to, Carly lets her in. The two share their sorrows and spend some quality time together, drinking and trying different clothes. Strangely, they become good friends, and Carly promises to end her relationship with Mark. Later, a tired and drunk Kate decides to spend the night at Carly's apartment. The next morning, Thunder wakes Kate up and poops inside Carly's apartment. Seeing this, Carly gets very angry and Kate apologizes to her before returning to her house. Later that day, Kate vents her wrath by smashing Mark's office with a golf club. She then calls Carly and informs her about her act. Hearing this, Carly arrives at Kate's house and mentions that she should not have destroyed Mark's office. While the two are talking, Kate's brother Phil arrives. Kate introduces Carly to Phil as her new decorator who is working to renovate Mark's office. Carly seems to be smitten by Phil at first sight. In the following scene, Mark arrives home and takes Kate out for dinner. After returning home from dinner, she is enticed to sleep with him. While kissing each other, Kate stops Mark and tells him she will be back shortly. Kate enters the bathroom and starts shaving her body parts. Meanwhile, Mark receives a phone call from another lady and picks up the call, thinking Kate is in the bathroom. When Kate gets out of the bathroom and doesn't find Mark, she starts searching for him. Then, Kate overhears Mark talking with another girl. Mark then returns pretending he was speaking with his business partner. Because of this, Kate's mood changes and she pretends to be ill in order to avoid having intercourse with Mark. The next day, while repairing the walls with their brother Phil, Kate breaks down and tells him that she believes Carly is most likely still having an affair with Mark. Phil suggests that she talk directly with Carly and sort things out rather than staying at home and overthinking. In the next scene, Kate can be seen talking with Carly inside a restaurant. She confronts Carly for still being in touch with Mark, but Carly claims that nothing is going on between them and is hurt by the false accusation. Hearing this, Kate apologizes to Carly and the two figure out that Mark is seeing someone else and cheating on them both. The scene then shifts to Mark, who's ready to leave for Miami for a supposed meeting. As soon as Mark leaves, Kate informs Carly and the two start following Mark. They arrive in Miami and decide to stay at Phil's beach house while they spy on Mark. Phil approaches Carly and asks her to take care of Kate as she is innocent as well as crazy. Soon, Kate finds out Mark's location through a GPS tracker and follows him to the nearby beach. After this, Kate can be seen looking at Mark through binoculars while Carly is sunbathing. Suddenly, Kate spots Mark with another lady, enjoying his time at the beach. Later, both women are taken aback when they see Amber, a new, much younger and stunningly attractive lady with Mark. After seeing Amber, Carly and Kate argue over Mark's changing preferences, despite the fact that they are both in their late 30s, and Amber appears to be in her early 20s. Carly chases Amber along the beach as she jogs, but Kate stops her, and the two of them get into a catfight. Seeing the two ladies fight in the sand, Amber approaches them and asks if everything is all right. Following this, Carly and Kate are forced to tell Amber that she is being played by Mark. In the following scene, the three ladies can be seen in a parking lot where Amber is furious at Mark. She admits that she knows Kate, as Mark has talked about her earlier, but mentions that she doesn't know Carly. That evening, the three girls gather at Phil's beach home. Despite the fact that they are upset at the same guy, they continue to bond, drink, and laugh. Meanwhile, Carly spends some time with Phil and begins to develop feelings for him. The following morning, a hungover Kate declares that she wants Mark to suffer, so the three women conspire to inflict the ultimate revenge on him. They plan to use Carly's professional legal skills, Kate's understanding of Mark's lifestyle, and Amber's good looks to destroy Mark in every way possible. Back home in New York, Kate starts messing with Mark by putting hair removal lotion in his shampoo, making Thunder lick his toothbrush, and putting a lot of estrogen powder in his drinks, leading to him to develop breasts and lose his hair. Carly also arranges a date with Mark at a restaurant, discovers him flirting with another lady, and sneaks laxatives into his scotch and water. Later, because of the laxatives, Mark shits his pants. Embarrassed, he asks Carly to go home and rushes to the bathroom. Inside, Mark finds his pants ruined, so he requests a local employee to buy pants for him. Unfortunately, he gets robbed as the employee walks out after taking his money. In the next scene, the girls discuss that one of them was asleep with Mark so they can get information about him. They play rock, paper, scissors to decide, and Amber wins. Kate mentions that she is okay with Amber sleeping with Mark, but after reaching home, Kate can be seen watching her wedding video and crying over Mark. Later, Mark takes Kate out for a romantic dinner with his business partner, Nick. Regardless of Mark's infidelity, she starts falling for him. The next day, Carly and Amber provide Kate with a list of firms in which Mark has invested in and embezzled funds from. Then, Kate mentions that she no longer wants to take revenge on Mark. Hearing this, Carly immediately finds out that Kate still has feelings for Mark. She then adds to the tension by inviting Mark to hang out with her. Following this, the three ladies walk out on each other. In the next scene, Kate quickly changes her mind after finding out Mark is leaving for a business trip to Miami and the Bahamas. She arrives at Carly's apartment with an envelope containing contracts from Mark's business enterprises. She also asks Carly to accompany her on the trip to expose Mark and his fraud business. At first, Carly refuses to get involved in the matter, but later, Carly and Amber arrive at the airport for Kate. Carly informs Kate that she is the CEO of the scammed business firms. They spot Mark with another lady from a hotel and follow him to the bank where he stores his offshore funds. The next morning, Kate tosses her engagement and wedding rings into the ocean, and the girls intend to make their move against Mark. On the beach, Carly and Amber sit by Kate's side holding each other's hands. Later, Carly takes Kate to the bank to settle the matter. In the following scene, Carly invites Mark to her office for a meeting. Lydia leads him to the conference room, where Mark is taken aback to see Amber, Carly, and Kate waiting for him. When Mark is forced to speak with all three females face to face, he tries to escape, but Lydia locks the door from outside. Wasting no time, Kate declares her desire for a divorce, but Mark resists by attempting to entice her back with sincere apologies. This doesn't work as Kate is unfazed by the fake apologies. The ladies then demonstrate to Mark that Kate has returned all the money to the scammed firms, leaving Mark with nothing and Kate with half of his money. After being informed of the truth, Nick also arrives and fires Mark. Mark loses his cool and throws papers all over the place before going face first into the glass wall and injuring himself. He dashes to a computer where he checks his financial accounts and yells out loud after finding it all empty. The ladies are enjoying their time as Mark continues to suffer. Meanwhile, he again walks right into a glass wall, breaking it and destroying his outfit. When he steps outside of the building, he notices that his car is being towed. He cries angrily and wonders how things could be any worse. Out of nowhere, Frank arrives and strikes him in the face, knocking him unconscious. In the last scene, the girls gather one final time to celebrate their friendship. It is then shown that Kate now works alongside Nick and is the CEO of several profitable businesses. Carly and Phil are married and are expecting their first child. Amber begins a relationship with Frank, and the two travel the world together to keep up with the summer season, despite Carly's refusal to call her Mom.